class. Welcome back to reading. It's exciting today because it's a day to start our brand new reader. So you'll notice in your homeschool bin that you took home that you have another kitty book. And that kitty book says Unit 7 on it, and this is the one you're going to be using now. The Unit 6 you can put away. Make sure you put the Unit 6 out of your homeschool book or your homeschool bin because you might grab it on accident and you're looking for the page and you're like, I already did this page, or the page isn't here and stuff like that. So make sure to just put that one out of the way so you don't get confused because it looks the same except it has a 7 on it. So we're starting our new kitty book. We're starting our new reader, Kay and Martez. We'll actually start this tomorrow, but you can put the Grace one back into your homeschool bin and make sure to keep that safe because in a few weeks, around the week of May, I think on May 20th or May 19th, you're going to be bringing it back to school to give all the stuff that needs to come back to school you'll be bringing back. So make sure to keep that Grace one safe in your homeschool bin. You could put it on the bottom or something like that. And we'll be working on Kay and Martez. I'm really excited. All right, but first, if you look on your weekly schedule, you'll see that on the top we're back to spelling words, and we have 8 new spelling words this week. Let me introduce those spelling words for you because you're going to be working on those today. We have some of the A sounds because we're going to learn a new way to spell the A sound today. But in your spelling words, we have the other way that we know to make the A sound, which is that A magic E. And that spelling word is fade with your A magic E. So there's one of your spelling words. 2 of your spelling words have that N sound that we spell with the K-N, like knocked. And it also has that ED to make it past tense. And the ED doesn't say ed, it says t when we're saying knocked. Remember, our ED can say t, d, or ed. And knitting. I like knitting because it has our ending and our base word and that double letter because there's a short vowel right in front of it. So knitting is another one that you're going to be practicing. We also have our ng sound that's spelled with our N. Our ng sound. Okay, Miss Darcy, stop erasing with your finger. There we go. That's spelled with our N, but it makes the ng sound. Like drink. And it has that ng. And then we add our ending, ing, drinking. We'll also have the ch sound that's spelled with our TCH, just to practice that sound. And that's pitch. We'll have our r sound that's spelled with our WR to make the r sound, like wrapper, and that's some review from a couple months ago. And we'll have our a sound with the A, like in hands. And that also has our S making the Z sound. So all sorts of words to review those sounds that we've been learning all year in first grade. And then we have our tricky word, which I always write in red. Always write in red, like this red marker. And our tricky word this week is buy. B-Y says buy. It's tricky because the Y we know usually says y, right? So if we try to sound it out, it would be b, and that doesn't make sense. But this is a tricky word, buy. In this case, the Y says I. B-Y, buy. Tricky word. So we have all sorts of spelling words for you to practice this week, and they're all along the top of your week 5 schedule. All right, it's new sound day, yay! We're going to learn a new sound, and well, it's not really a new sound, it's a new way to spell that sound, and that's the A sound. I already told you that it's the A sound, right? So we know that one way to spell the A sound is our A magic E, like in bake, or cake, or I can't think of words. You tell me some words. What are some other words? They don't have to have the K. They can be like pale, and tell me some words that have that magic A or the magic E in it. But today we're going to learn a new way to make the A sound. And as you know, I always like to start our new sounds with a poem or a funny little thing. And today's poem is called Afraidy Day. Here it is, Afraidy Day. Every time you hear me say the A sound, I want you to raise your hand. Just like we're in class, raise that hand. Every time you hear the A sound. Are we ready? Afraidy Day. Yesterday was a fraidy day. Afraid my best friend wouldn't play. Afraid it's thunder, rain, and hail. Afraid I'd spill the garbage pail. Afraid my teeth would get decayed. Afraid I'd have to get first aid. Afraid my shirt was not okay. Afraid my dog would run away. Afraid my dad would get delayed. Afraid that I would be afraid. Gee, I'm glad today's today. I'm starting new. Hip, hip, hooray. Did you raise your hand to all those ones? There's a lot of them. I bet you're like this, right? So, what sound did you hear the most? A sound. Good job. Are you ready to hear how we spell the new A, or the new spelling for the A sound? Let's do it. All right, so we know that A magic E makes that A sound, right? We also will now know that this vowel combination will make the A sound. So whenever we see A-I, we can say the sound A. So if we're reading this word, R, what's this middle sound? Instead of A-I, ra, A, I, well, that doesn't make sense, but sorry, see? We can say A. So we have three sounds in this word rain. R, A, N, rain. Let's see, what's another word? How about the word claim? Claim. Claim, the A sound. Now I want you to realize that the A sound is a long vowel, not a short vowel. So if we are adding an ending like ing, we would look at the vowel sound before, and even though it's an I, that doesn't say I, right? The I is working with the A to say A, because it's a vowel team. They say A, therefore it's not a short vowel, it's a long vowel. So you would not add an N, you would just add your ending. That's just a side note. We're not going to be working on those today, but it's just a side note that when we're doing our doubling, we're looking for those short vowels, not just any vowel, a short vowel. And our A sound is always a long vowel. There's one more way that we can spell our A sound, and you guys know this one because you know how to spell the word day. So our A-Y also says the A sound, also still a long vowel, like in the word day. Awesome, right? Or stay, or may. Now, usually when you see this A-Y, it's usually at the end of the word, but not always. Like in the word maybe, it's in the middle because this is a compound word, right? So usually you'll see that AY in the middle of the word, or and the end of a word, but not always. Usually you'll also see the AI in the middle of a word or at the beginning of a word. It's never at the end of the word. I don't think I know any, there might be a few. As always, especially in the English language, there's always an exception, and it's not always like that. But it's usually in the middle of the word or the beginning when it starts with an AI, or when the A sound is an AI. Here's an example of it being at the beginning. Aim. There's a word, and the AI is at the beginning. Pretty nifty, huh? Now, when I say, let's show me ways to make the A sound, I'll say there's 3 ways to make this sound. And you would write A consonant E, or A magic E, A-I, and A-Y. Now, in your reader, Kay and Martez, where'd I put you? these A sounds will always be bolded for you because we're working on them. And we'll look at this more tomorrow. But you'll see the name K. Oh, K is right there. And her name has our AY sound in it. So whenever you see her name, that AY is going to be bolder to remind you that that is the A sound. And you'll see it in play, crayons. Ooh, there's another example where it's in the middle. There's all sorts of words. Let me try to find one of those AIs. Nah, can't find it right now. But yeah, those will be bolded in here because these readers are designed to help you practice all the sounds that we've been learning. So you'll see a lot of more A sounds with that AY and the AI in our reader K and Martez. All right, if you look on week 5 of your weekly schedule, you'll see that in reading we are sorting words with the A sound, and we're on workbook 1.2. Remember and you're also working on your spelling words today. Remember that that's in our new Unit 7 Kitty book. So we are working on the A sound today, and there's 2 pages, and we're on page 3. So this first page, these are all words that have the AI sound in them to make the A sound. I just want you to practice reading these and practice making some sentences with them. You don't have to write out your sentences, or you can write them out and send me pictures. Either way, it's up to you. But I do definitely want you to practice making sentences with some of these words. Like, the mail was late because of the rain. Or, the train had the nail on the airplane. I just made a silly sentence. Do the same with these words. Practice reading your A sounds that are spelled with your AY and make sentences out of them. Then there's a back page where you will need your pencil and you will need to write. So in your word box, you have 4 words. I want you to read those words that have your A sound in them, and then you're going to fill in the sentence with the word that fits. Dogs and cats have, do they have rainstorms? Well, that's not going to work. Do they have days? Play? Dogs and cats have play. That doesn't make sense. Dogs and cats have tails? You tell me. Go ahead and finish this and send me a picture if you'd like. Have fun doing these workbook pages today, and we will be reading from Kay and Martez tomorrow.